The natural world has inspired poets and artists for millennia, so let it inspire you to find the perfect name for your little boy. From classic to cultural, we've compiled a list of nature-inspired boy names you're sure to love. Mother Nature may be feminine, but she's a great source of strong, timeless names for boys. Parents have been turning to nature to name their sons for millennia. Just like the flora and fauna of the natural world, the names inspired by nature are varied, so you're bound to find one that's right for your family. Some names like ocean, river, or cloud are obviously linked to nature. If that's too on the nose for your taste, there are plenty of classic first names and surnames that are inspired by the natural world. Take Sawyer, for example. The English name can mean woodcutter, but also refers to a tree bobbing on the surface of a stream, a beautiful image that pays homage to nature in a more subtle way. Whether you're looking for a refined, sophisticated name like Basil or Sage, a rugged New Age name like Bear, Brock, or Blaze, or a classic name like Leo, Dylan, or Dale, you can find inspiration in nature and on this list. 75 earthy boy names. River. Literally, a river is a natural stream of water and is rooted in Latin. Figuratively, the name river brings to mind the power, grace, and beauty of flowing water. Sage. Sage is a shrubby, aromatic herb whose name comes from the Latin word salvia, meaning healthy. Reed. Reeds are tall grasses with slender stems that grow in wet areas. As a name, reed is thought to be rooted in the Old English word red, meaning red. Clay. Clay is an earthy material used for brick, tile, and pottery, and also an enduring Old English name. Forest. While forest means a dense growth of trees and underbrush, it often takes a slightly different spelling as a name, forest. Bear. Whether you're invoking the large, carnivorous mammal of the family Ursidae or a cute cuddly cub, bear is an Old English name from the ancient Proto-Germanic word barrow, literally meaning the brown one. Stone, literally meaning a piece of rock. The Old English name stone conveys strength and permanence. Dale. Dale means valley in Old English. Ridge. Ridge means a range of hills or mountains. It originates from an Old English word meaning back of a man or beast. Dusty. Although it literally means covered with dust, the name Dusty feels fresh. It can also be a nickname for Dustin, which is likely a form of an Old Norse name meaning Thor's stone. Flint. Flint is a hard, dark quartz that produces sparks when struck. This name calls to mind fire and ruggedness. Hawk. A bird of prey belonging to the order Falconiformes, hawk is also an Old English name with modern appeal. Cliff, meaning a steep face of rock. The English name cliff is very masculine. Woody, meaning overgrown with trees or shrubs. The English name Woody is also a nickname for woodrow. Wolf. Wolf is an alternate spelling of wolf and was originally used as a nickname, eventually became a surname, and is now on its way to becoming a given name in its own right. Birch. The English name birch refers to the deciduous tree in the genus Betula, known for its white bark. Tree. The English name tree refers to the woody perennial plant. Onyx. Onyx is a type of quartz. It's derived from a Greek word meaning nail because the mineral's coloring sometimes resembles a human fingernail with pink and white streaks. Fields, meaning open areas of land. The English name Fields is also a surname for someone who lived near a field. Buck. Buck has a couple of meanings in English. It's the term for a young male deer, but it's also figuratively used to mean a spirited young man. Bud. Bud is the English term for a growth that'll eventually develop into a flower or leaf, though it's also a form of buddy, meaning friend. Canyon. Canyon is an English word now, but was originally a Spanish word for a narrow valley between cliffs. Albion, meaning rock or crag. The Celtic word Albion is also a poetic term for Britain. Arbor. Arbor derives from French and means tree or garden. Avon. Avon is a Celtic word meaning river. Aspen, often called the shaking tree because of the way its leaves quiver in the wind. Aspen is rooted in Old English. Clive. Clive was originally an English surname for someone who lived near a cliff. Dallas. Dallas comes from a Gaelic word meaning meadow stands, which was a meadow used as an overnight resting place for cattle herders and their cows. Holly. The English name Holly means stone clearing or hair clearing. Heath. Heath is an English word for untilled land. Hollis. The English name Hollis means holly. Juniper. Juniper is a type of coniferous tree whose berries are used to make gin. Jade. The English name jade refers to a precious gem whose name comes from the Spanish phrase piedra de la hallada, meaning stone of sad pain. In ancient times, it was believed that jade could help ease such pain. Jasper. As a name, jasper is thought to be related to a Persian name meaning treasurer, but jasper is also a type of precious stone valued for its grounding and protecting properties. Drake. Drake is an English word meaning male duck, but it's also related to the Old English word draca, meaning snake or dragon. Douglas. The Scottish name Douglas means dark stream. It also refers to a type of evergreen pine tree native to the western United States. Everest. Everest is the English name for the highest mountain in the world. Falk. The German name Falk means falcon. Fabian. The name Fabian originates in a Latin word meaning bean and might mean bean farmer. Fairuz. Fairuz is a Persian name meaning turquoise. Florian. Florian is rooted in the Latin word flows, meaning flower. Fisher. Fisher was originally an English surname for someone who fished for a living, though it's sometimes used as a given name now. Ford. A ford is a shallow place where water can be crossed safely. As a name, Ford was originally an English surname for someone who lived near such a river crossing. Finch. Finch is an English name for a type of songbird. Jen. Jen is a Chinese name meaning root. Li. Li is an English name that means clearing. Leland. The English name Leland means fallow land. Lackland. Lackland comes from Scottish and means land of the lakes. Lennox. The Scottish name Lennox means place of elms. Lin. The Chinese name Lin means beautiful jade. Kailash. The Sanskrit name Kailash refers to a mountain in the Himalayas and the legendary home of Kubera, the Hindu god of wealth. Keith. Keith is a Scottish name that means wood. Koa. Koa is a Hawaiian name meaning warrior, though it's also tied to the koa tree, which is significant in Hawaiian culture. Nagendra. The Sanskrit name Nagendra means mighty serpent or mighty elephant. Orin. The Hebrew name Orin means pine tree. Orson. Orson is a name of Latin origin that means bear. Oleander. The Latin name oleander refers to a poisonous shrub also known as rosebay. Robin. The English name Robin is shared with a small songbird. As a name, it was originally a nickname for Robert, a Norman French name meaning bright fame. Rocky. As a name, Rocky started out as a nickname for a tough person popularized by boxing champion Rocky Marciano. His name was an anglicized version of Rocco, an Italian name related to a Germanic word meaning rest. Of course, Rocky is also an English word meaning full of rocks. Rowan. Rowan, also known as the mountain ash, is a type of tree in the rose family. Its name may be ultimately derived from the ancient Proto-Indo-European word rude, meaning red, because of the color of its berries. Shan. The Chinese name Shan means mountain, a symbol of greatness, achievement, and longevity. It can also mean elegant bearing. Silas. The Greek name Silas means of the woods. Sylvan. Sylvan is a Latin name that also means of the woods. Todd. The English name Todd means fox. Warren. The French name Warren means game park.
Bakole. Bakole is an English name meaning Bakolizing.
Peter. Peter comes from a Greek word meaning stone. Perry. The English name Perry means by the pear tree. Philip. The Greek name Philip means friend of horses. Raleigh. The English name Raleigh means deer clearing. Rayas. Rayas is an Arabic name meaning meadows or gardens. Tulsi. Tulsi comes from a Sanskrit word for holy basil, a plant sacred in Hindu mythology for its ties to Vishnu, the creator and protector of the universe. Rainier. This French name refers to Mount Rainier, the tallest peak in Washington. Wolfgang. Wolfgang is a German name meaning wolf's path. 35 rare nature boy names. Ashpash comes from Old English, refers to the powdery remains of a fire. It's also a genus of trees. Glen. The Scottish name Glen means valley. Roan. The French name Roan refers to the color used to describe horses with reddish-brown hair interspersed with white. Sunny. Sunny literally means full of sunshine, but also describes a person who has a cheerful disposition. Storm. Rooted in Old English, storm means a heavy fall of rain, hail, or snow. Basil. Basil is an aromatic shrubby plant. It's originally from the Greek basileus, meaning king, because the basil plant was used to make royal perfumes in ancient times. Linden. The Old English name linden means lime tree. Lake refers to an inland body of standing water. It comes from the Latin word lacus, but has even more ancient roots in Proto-Indo-European. West. West is thought to come from an ancient Proto-Indo-European word meaning evening or night, because west refers to the general direction of sunset. Cedar. Cedar comes from the Greek word kedros and is a coniferous tree of the pine family. Cloud. Cloud, ironically, originates from the Old English word clod, which means mass of rock, but clouds themselves evoke lightness. Air. Air is a sweet elemental name that embodies freedom and movement. This English word is originally rooted in Greek and Latin. Bay. Bay has a few nature-related meanings. It's a protected inlet of water, a dog's howl, and a reddish-brown color usually for horses. Bran. Bran is a Welsh name that means raven. Bradford. Bradford is an English name meaning Broadford. Cielo. Cielo is the Spanish word for sky. Clifford. The English name Clifford means ford at the cliff. Conan. Conan is an Irish name meaning little wolf. Cosmo. Cosmo is an Italian name meaning order or beauty and shares the same root as the English word cosmos. Ember. Ember is a warm and comforting name that literally means small coal and brings to mind a soft, welcoming fire. Garland. Garland means wreath and originally referred to both a wreath of natural materials like flowers, but also a crown or coronet made of metal. As a name, it started out as an English surname for someone who wore garlands often or for someone who made them for a living. Grover. Grover was originally a surname with two potential meanings. In English, it was used by people who lived near a grove of trees. But it's also rooted in the Middle Low German word grove, meaning hollow grave, and was used by someone who dug ditches or graves for a living. Lightning. Lightning is a visible discharge of energy from a cloud. This striking name embodies the power of nature. Murray. Murray is a Scottish surname that comes from a Gaelic phrase meaning sea settlement. Willow. Willow is the English name for a tree with long, hanging branches. Winter refers to the coldest season, and it may be rooted in an ancient Proto-Indo-European word meaning either wet season or white season. Zephyr comes from a Greek word meaning west wind. In Greek mythology, Zephyr is the personification of the west wind. He's the gentlest of the winged gods and is often associated with spring and flowers. Sol means sun in Spanish, though it's also a nickname for the Hebrew name Solomon, which means peaceful. Dao is a Chinese name meaning great waves. Bilal is rooted in Arabic and means moist or wetting, referring to the blessing of rain. Zuhair is an Arabic name that means little flower. Aru is a Sanskrit name referring to a reddish-brown color, the color of dawn, gold, and rubies. Rad, the Arabic name Rad means thunder. Sher, the Persian name Sher means lion. Quan means hot spring in Chinese. 71 more nature boy names. Callum is a Scottish form of the late Latin name Columba, which means dove. Blaze refers to an intensely burning fire, and the word's origins are just as intense. It's rooted in a Proto-Germanic word that means bright, shining, and white. Leo is the Latin word for lion. Orion is a constellation visible during winter in the northern hemisphere, named after the hunter Orion in Greek mythology. Ocean is rooted in a Greek word, where it originally meant endless river, which is what the ancient Greeks believed the ocean to be before humanity learned that the earth is round. Cove nowadays usually refers to a recessed inlet or bay, but historically its context also included a recess or valley in a mountain. This charming name conjures a feeling of shelter and protection. North refers to the compass direction, of course, but more importantly, it brings to mind Arctic expeditions, sea ice, strong winds, and all the rugged danger of the Great White North. Gale means strong wind. It's thought to be rooted in ancient words meaning to sing and to yell because of the sound a strong wind makes. Adam comes from Hebrew and means earth. Adler is a German name that means noble eagle. Allen is a Celtic name whose meaning is uncertain, but it's thought to mean little rock. Arthur is another ancient Celtic name with uncertain meaning, but it's been tied to a word meaning bear. Ari is a Hebrew name meaning lion. Arvind is a Sanskrit name that means lotus. Atlas is an adventurous name meaning a bound collection of maps. It's also the name of the Greek titan who holds the world. In that context, the name means the bearer or mountain. Babur is a Turkish name meaning lion. Badr is an Arabic name that means full moon. Bailey was originally an English surname for someone who lived near a berry clearing. Bentley is an English name meaning bent grass clearing. Bhaskar is a Sanskrit name that means bright sunlight. Blair, the Gaelic name Blair means plain or field. Bo, the Chinese name Bo means waves. Braden comes from a Gaelic name meaning salmon. Brock was originally a Middle English nickname for someone who looked like a badger and is rooted in the Celtic word for the animal. Bryce, this Welsh name means speckled or freckled, but is also the name of Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah. Caspian refers to the Caspian Sea, the world's largest inland body of water between Europe and Asia. Its name comes from the Greek name for the group of people who lived near the sea. Chandan means sandalwood in Sanskrit. Chandra means moon in Sanskrit. Clayton is an English name meaning clay settlement. Clifton is an English name meaning settlement by a cliff. Colin has a couple meanings as a name. It's the anglicized version of the Scottish name Killian, which means pup or young dog. But it also comes from a medieval nickname for Nicholas, which is rooted in Greek and means victory of the people. Corbin was originally a French surname thought to be rooted in corbeau, meaning raven. Dmitry is a Russian name that means devotee of Demeter, the Greek goddess of the harvest. Dylan is a Welsh name with uncertain origins, but it's connected to a Celtic word meaning sea. Elio is a form of Helios, which means sun in Greek and is the name of the personification of the sun in Greek mythology. Elam means oak tree in Hebrew. Fad is an Arabic name meaning panther or leopard. Fung means wind and sharp blade in Chinese. George comes from a Greek name meaning farmer or earthworker. Gulzar is a Persian name meaning rose garden. Hai, the Chinese name Hai means sea. Haidar, the Arabic name Haidar means lion. Hari means brown or green in Sanskrit. Hong, in Chinese, the name Hong means wild swan or red. Indra is the Hindu god of the sky and lord of rain, whose name is thought to come from a Sanskrit phrase meaning possessing drops of rain. Jafar means small river or stream in Arabic. Jiang, the Chinese name Jiang refers to the Yangtze River. Jinan means gardens or paradise in Arabic. Jonah, in Hebrew, Jonah means dove. Landon, the English name Landon means long hill. Lei is a Chinese name meaning thunder. It also means flower in Hawaiian. Kai comes from a Hawaiian word meaning ocean. Kiran is a Sanskrit name meaning ray of light, as in a sunbeam or moonbeam. Kyle is a Scottish name meaning strait or channel. Maxwell is a Scottish name meaning max stream. Miles are a measurement of distance in English. It's rooted in the Latin word milia, which means thousands. As a name, Miles is also tied to a Latin word meaning soldier. Murphy is an anglicized version of a Scottish name meaning sea warrior. Noor, the Arabic name Noor, means light. Pang, the Chinese name Pang, refers to the roc, the giant mythological bird. Prawn, in Sanskrit, pra means breath or life force. Q is a Chinese name meaning autumn and is often given to babies born during the season. Rajiv means striped in Sanskrit and is the name of a species of fish in blue lotus. Ravi is a Sanskrit name meaning sun and is the name of the sun god in Hindu mythology. Ray is rooted in French and means beam of light, though it's also a nickname for Raymond, an old French name that means wise protector. Rio means river in Spanish. Sawyer was originally an occupational English surname for someone who sawed wood for a living. Sunil means deep, dark blue in Sanskrit. Surya, the Sanskrit name Surya, means sun and is the name of the Hindu sun god and his physical form is ruler of the sky. Talal is an Arabic name meaning dew or fine rain. Wesley is an Old English name meaning western wood. Zion is a Hebrew name meaning that evolved from a place name for a hill in eastern Jerusalem. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, share with other parents who might benefit, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips and support on caring for your little ones. Join our community here at Baby Bliss Hub and let's make this parenting journey a joyful one together. See you in the next video.